Hi, everyone. Welcome to Everyday Real English from Real Life podcast.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something, well, really practical, something maybe you've worried about if you're in an English-speaking country and not feeling too great. We're doing a deep dive into handling the pharmacy. Or you might hear it called a chemist, or even a drugstore.
That's right. Yeah, when you're feeling a bit under the weather, maybe a headache or, a cough and upset stomach, the last thing you want is confusion trying to get medicine.
Absolutely.
So being able to ask for help, describe your symptoms, and understand the instructions, it's just vital for your health, really, especially when you're traveling or living abroad.
Yeah, it's one of those moments where knowing the right words really, really matters. So we've gathered the key phrases, the essential info you need to know what to say, and what to listen for.
Good plan.
But before we get into the scenarios, let's quickly cover a few keywords just to make sure we're all starting from the same place.
Good idea. Yeah, you'll definitely hear these. First up, the place itself. It can be called a pharmacy, a chemist, or a drugstore.
Okay, 3 words for basically the same thing. Pharmacy, chemist, drugstore. Where you get medicine. I think chemist is more UK, maybe? And drugstore sounds quite American.
Exactly. Different names, same function, getting medicine. Then there's the expert there, the person who helps you, the pharmacist.
The pharmacist, right. The trained professional behind the counter who gives advice.
Yep, they're healthcare pros, very knowledgeable about medications. Okay, now some medicines need a doctor's specific approval. That's called a prescription.
A prescription. So like a special note from the doctor that you need to get certain kinds of medicine. You can't just buy it.
Correct. But then lots of common stuff, you don't need that note. That's called over-the-counter, or you'll often hear just OTC.
OTC. Over-the-counter, so that's medicine you can like pick off the shelf yourself or just ask for. No doctor involved.
Pretty much. Or you might ask the pharmacist for it, but yeah, no doctor's note needed. Think basic pain relief, maybe cough syrup.
Got it. OTC, no prescription needed. Now, when you go to the pharmacy, you usually need to explain why you're there, how you're feeling.
Right. And what you're feeling, the sign that you're sick, that's called a symptom.
A symptom, like a headache is a symptom, a sore throat is a symptom.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then, once you actually have the medicine, you need to know how to take it, how much, how often. That instruction is the dosage.
Dosage, right. How much, how often? Like take 1 pill twice a day.
Precisely. And one last important one. Sometimes medicines do other things to your body besides helping your main symptom. Those are called side effects.
Side effects, like if something you take for a cough makes you feel really sleepy.
Yes, that's a classic one. Drowsiness, maybe an upset stomach. Those are pretty common side effects you might hear about.
Okay, so we have pharmacy, chemist, drugstore, pharmacist, prescription, OTC, symptom, dosage, and side effects. That feels like a solid base.
Definitely.
Let's put these into practice now. Let's look at some common situations and the phrases you'll need.
Sounds good. Seeing them used in context really helps them stick.
Okay, situation 1. You've seen a doctor, and they gave you that special note, the prescription, for a specific medicine. You need to take it to the pharmacy to get it.
Right. This is for those doctor-ordered medications. So when you get to the counter, you need to signal you have this. The most direct way is just to say, I need to fill a prescription.
I need to fill a prescription. Nice and clear. What if you just want to hand the paper over? Is there a simpler way?
Sure. You could just hold it out and say, I have this prescription.
Okay.
Or maybe a little more polite, you could say, I'd like to get this prescription filled, please.
Right.
And another common one is, I've got a prescription here from the doctor.
So they all do the same job, basically telling the pharmacist, here are the doctor's orders, I need this medicine.
Exactly. You give them the prescription, they'll prepare it for you.
Okay, that covers prescriptions. But what about the other type, the OTC, over-the-counter medicine? You haven't seen a doctor, you just have something common, like, I don't know, a cold starting or maybe a slight rash.
Yeah, this happens all the time. You know how you feel your symptom, but maybe you don't know the specific brand name or the best medicine for it.
Yeah.
This is where asking the pharmacist for OTC health is great. A really useful phrase is, do you have anything for? And then you name your symptom.
Do you have anything for? That's super helpful because you just state the problem. Let's try that with some common symptoms.
Yeah.
What if your head is pounding?
You'd ask, do you have anything for? A headache.
Okay, for a headache, what about if you keep coughing?
Go cough.
Simple. And if your stomach feels, not right, pain, nausea, that kind of thing.
An upset stomach?
An upset stomach, good general term. What if you have an itchy red patch on your skin?
A rash.
Got it. And for seasonal allergies, the sneezing, the runny nose?
Hay fever.
Hay fever. Perfect. And I remember seeing other examples, like you could ask for something for a sore throat or cold sores, chapped lips, maybe travel sickness if you feel sick on journeys, or athlete's foot, backache, Ekin if you can't sleep.
Yeah, that phrase, do you have anything for? Oh, it covers so many common things. It's really flexible.
It really is a good starting point. Are there other ways to ask for a recommendation?
Sure, you could be a bit more direct, like, can you recommend anything for a cold?
Okay.
Or, quite similar to the first one you might hear, have you got anything for?
Right. Have you got anything for a cough? Makes sense. Okay, so we have ways to ask for both prescription and OTC help. Let's try putting it together. Let's imagine a little conversation picking up that prescription medicine we talked about earlier.
Okay. I can be the pharmacist. You be the customer with the prescription.
Sounds good. Let's do it. Role play starts. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How can I help?
I have this prescription from my doctor.
Okay, thank you. Let me just take a look. Yes, we have this in stock. It'll just take a few minutes to get it ready for you. Short pause. All right, here is your medication.
Great, thanks. Now that I have it, could you tell me how I should take this? Like, how do I use it?
Yes, of course. So these are pills. You need to take one pill just once a day, and it's best to take it before you go to sleep.
Okay.
It's prescribed for 10 days, and it's really important that you finish the entire package, all 10 pills, even if you start feeling better before then.
Okay, so one pill once a day before sleep, finish all 10.
Got it.
Another question, is it safe to take this with other medicines? Like, I sometimes take aspirin for headaches. Can I take aspirin with this?
That's a very good question to ask. With this particular medication, no, you absolutely should not take aspirin or similar painkillers while you're on it. No painkillers allowed with this one.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's really important to know. Thank you. What about side effects? Are there any side effects I should know about?
Well, possible side effects, though not everyone gets them, might include some drowsiness, perhaps dizziness, or maybe an upset stomach.
Drowsiness. Like, it might make me feel sleepy.
It could, yes. And because of that possibility of drowsiness or dizziness, we strongly advise you don't do anything that requires a lot of physical coordination, like driving or operating heavy machinery, after taking it. That's actually why taking it before sleep is recommended. It helps minimize any daytime drowsiness.
That makes total sense. Okay, thank you. That's much clearer. Can I pay by card?
Yes, absolutely. That will be $14, please.
Okay, here's yours.
Thank you. And here's your receipt. Anything else I can help with today?
No, that's everything. Thanks so much for your help.
You're very welcome. Take care now. Role play ends.
Okay, that felt pretty real, and it really brought out those two super important questions. How should I take this?
And are there any side effects?
Knowing exactly how and when to take medicine, that dosage information is just critical.
It really is. The pharmacist is explaining the dosage, how much, how often. So besides just, how should I take this? I might need to get more specific. Like asking, how many times a day should I take it?
Yeah, good one. And another really common dosage question is about food. Should I take it with food?
Yes, definitely ask that. Some medicines are better with food to protect your stomach. Others work better on an empty stomach. The pharmacist will clarify the dosage, take 2 pills once a day or take this liquid medicine with food.
And like we saw in the dialogue, side effects are crucial too. The key safety questions really are there any side effects I should know about?
And this one, always ask this if you take any other medication regularly. Can I take this with my other medications?
That interaction question is so important for safety. The pharmacist might warn you, like we heard, it can make you feel drowsy, or maybe you might get a bit of a stomach ache. They might also add other safety tips, like you should avoid alcohol with certain drugs, or the driving warning if it causes drowsiness.
Absolutely. Just asking these simple questions makes taking medicine much safer and more effective.
Let's try one more quick scenario, this time using that, do you have anything for phrase for an OTC problem? Let's say you've got a really sore throat.
Okay, I'm the pharmacist again. You come in with a sore throat.
Customer persona. Oh, excuse me. Hi. My throat is really sore today. It hurts to swallow. Do you have anything good for a sore throat?
Pharmacist persona. Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a few options. Are you having any other symptoms like a cough or anything?
Customer persona. No, it's mainly just the sore throat.
Pharmacist persona. Okay. Well, for just a sore throat, things like throat lozenges or cough drops can often help soothe it. We also have some throat sprays. Do you have a preference?
Customer persona. Maybe the cough drops sound easiest. How do I use those properly?
Pharmacist persona? Sure. You just pop one in your mouth and let it dissolve slowly. Try not to chew it. You can use one every, say, 2 to 3 hours as needed. Just make sure you don't have more than about 8 drops in a 24-hour period. The package has the exact instructions too.
Customer persona.
Okay. Dissolve slowly every few hours, not too many per day. Got it. Are there any side effects with these?
Pharmacist persona. Generally, they're very safe. Some of the stronger ones might make your mouth feel a little numb for a bit, but that's usually temporary. Serious side effects are very uncommon if you just follow the directions.
Customer persona. Okay, great. That sounds perfect. I'll take these then. Thanks.
Pharmacist persona. Excellent. Just take them up to the till. Hope you feel better soon.
Customer persona. Thank you. Return to normal personas. See, even for something simple like cough drops, you used the key phrase, and you still asked about how to take them, the dosage, and about side effects. It's always good practice.
Definitely. Even with OTC items, knowing how often you can use it and if there's anything to watch out for is just smart. Now, here's something really interesting that came up, a bit of a cultural note maybe. Especially about places like the U.S., pharmacists there seem to have a bigger role sometimes.
That's a really valuable point, actually. Yes.
Yeah.
Particularly in the U.S., pharmacists are seen as very accessible, trusted health advisors. They can offer really good advice on a whole lot of common, minor things, colds, allergies, minor skin issues, aches, questions about vitamins.
So not just filling prescriptions.
Not at all. They can often help you figure out if you need to see a doctor or if an OTC remedy might work. Think of them as like a first point of contact for many everyday health concerns. It can save you a doctor's visit sometimes.
That's fantastic to know. So the takeaway is, don't hesitate to ask them questions. They're trained professionals, and it's about your health.
Exactly. Don't feel shy. And if the person at the counter seems busy or maybe isn't the main pharmacist and you have a specific medical question, remember you can always ask. I'd like to speak to the pharmacist, please.
I'd like to speak to the pharmacist, please. Good one. A polite way to make sure you're talking to the expert.
Precisely.
Well, this has been incredibly useful, I think. We've really covered the essentials for handling a pharmacy visit in English.
Yeah, we went through the key vocabulary. Pharmacy, pharmacist, prescription, OTC, symptom, dosage, side effects, and those crucial phrases. For prescriptions, I need to fill a prescription, or I have this prescription.
For OTC help, do you have anything for your symptom, or can you recommend anything for?
For understanding how to take it. How should I take this? How many times a day? Should I take it with food?
And for safety, are there any side effects? Can I take this with my other medications? And that useful one. I'd like to speak to the pharmacist, please.
It's a solid toolkit.
Yeah.
So as you finish listening, maybe pause for a second. Think about which phrase felt most useful to you today. Which one are you going to practice first? Maybe say it out loud now.
Good idea. Practice really is everything. The more you say them, the easier they'll come out when you actually need them.
And to help with that practice, remember we've created a free PDF guide. It lists all the vocabulary and the key phrases we discussed. It's available right alongside this deep dive for you to use.
We really hope this makes you feel more prepared and less stressed about visiting a pharmacy when you need to, especially when you're navigating it all in English.
Being prepared makes such a difference. So stay healthy, practicing those phrases.
Absolutely. Until our next deep dive.
Want to practice these phrases? Download your free PDF guide. Link in the description and pinned comment.
Like and subscribe for more English tips.